survey by Deloitte India financial service provider firm states. More than 60% anticipate an increase in maximum tax exemption and deduction amounts. Changing personal taxation would benefit people according to 70% of respondents. Making tax compliance easier, according to more than 65% of respondents, would be the most beneficial direct tax-related improvement. Business leaders anticipate that the government will take steps to increase industry demand. Almost half of those polled believe that additional tax breaks could spur growth in their respective industries.
Today with us, we have Assistant Professor Neha Dubey. She has worked as a financial reporter for 3 years.
What should be the government's biggest priority in the upcoming budget of 2023?
So this time around, we are expecting that Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will bring in some amount of cheer to the middle class. Now, this is particularly related to taxation. So we are all aware that the 8 to 10 lakh tax slab currently draws tax around 20%. So we are looking that there could be some reduction to 15% or something. So that is the first thing. Number two, we will be keenly looking at the budget allocation for the education sector, as we are all aware that there is this new education policy that has come into force lately. And lastly, the main attention of any budget is the borrowings that the government will be raising from the market. So this time around, we are expecting an increase of 11%. So these are the three key things that we'll be looking on in this budget 2023.
ChatGPT, the new artificial intelligence technology created by OpenAI, has many worrying about the future of education. Deep machine learning has reached a level of sophistication whereby platforms can produce human-like text instantly. The latest craze is around the mind-blowing capabilities of ChatGPT and GPT 3.5. With its new user-friendly interface, a chatbot launched on 2nd of December had attracted more than 1 million users within 5 days. There are a growing number of AI-enabled content writers, Jasper, Copy AI, and Writer, to name a few. So, what sets ChatGPT apart? It is prolific, highly effective, and still learning. And it is free. Most of these platforms cost money students do not have. The new interface means everyone can use it. Putting AI-enabled content development into a chat format is new innovation that makes it interactive, accessible, and inviting. ChatGPT and GPT 3.5 can produce very good text in any structured language. Poems, essays, blog posts, marketing material, and all code languages.
Today with us, we have our Vice Chancellor of D.Y. Patil International University, Akurdi, Professor Prabhat Ranjan, a renowned scientist, educator, and futurist. So, as we can see that ChatGPT and artificial intelligence are being discussed a lot. So, what are your opinions on artificial intelligence? Will it revolutionize or threaten our education system?
Thank you. So artificial intelligence has been growing for quite some time, but now it's coming to a stage where common people can start using it without having knowledge of computers or other systems. And ChatGPT is an example of what is called generative AI. And generative AI is being used in multiple forms. ChatGPT is an example where I'm asking a text question and it's responding in text. But there are others where I can be putting up a question in text form, which is respond in form of email or video.
entertainment, science, technology, research, and innovation. This is Arushi Mishra with you. From the Indus Fiesta Cultural Festival to 74th Republic Day celebrations to Union Budget 2023 expectations, we have plenty in store for you. But first, let's begin with the headlines. The grand finale of annual fest of D.Y. Patil International University, Indus Fiesta, was held on January 21st in Akurdi, Pune campus. India celebrates its 74th Republic Day on 26 January 2023. Tax slab change for individuals earning over 10 lakh among budget 2023 expectations, and the proliferation of AI text generators such as ChatGPT has major implications for education sector. First,
hello, good morning everyone. I kindly request all of you to not leave any spaces in the middle and occupy all of the vacant seats. Thank you.
was marked by flying of bunch of colorful balloons and lighting of lamp. First day of the event had non-cooking competition, dance, music competition along with students' fashion show. The second day was dedicated to indoor events and drama. Students were given an opportunity to showcase their skills in the art forms like photography, meme, 1-minute filmmaking and stand-up comedy. Professors also took part in the event to motivate the students. Grand finale of the event was held on January 21st, which was marked by prize distribution to the winners. Winners of each category performed on the stage. Faculty fashion show and faculty mishera was also one of the main attractions of grand finale. Since 2018, DYPIU is serving the country as an institute of excellence. Students of the university have made their mark in the field of BTech, business administration, media and journalism, design, bioscience, bioengineering, amongst the others. The university is ranked among the top educational institutes of the country. And this fiesta is organized every year in the month of January to celebrate cultural heritage and academic excellence of the university. India celebrates its 74th Republic Day on 26 January 2023. This was the first Republic Day celebration hosted at the ceremonial boulevard after Rajpath was renamed to Kartavya Path last year. The national flag was unfurled on 74th Republic Day at Kartavya Path, followed by national anthem with the booming 21-gun salute. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was chief guest of the 74th Republic Day celebrations. Indian business leaders convinced that Budget 2023-24 will support economic growth across sectors and industries, despite a possible global downturn and geopolitical unrest. They forecast that the Indian economy will grow by more than 6.5% during this time, a pre-budget survey by Deloitte India, financial service provider firm, states. More than 60% anticipate an increase in maximum tax exemption and deduction amounts. Changing personal taxation would benefit people according to 70% of respondents. Making tax compliance easier, according to more than 65% of respondents, would be the most beneficial direct tax-related improvement. Business leaders anticipate that the government will take steps to increase industry demand. Almost half of those polled believe that additional tax breaks could spur growth in their respective industries.
Today with us, we have Assistant Professor Neha Dubey. She has worked as a financial reporter for 3 years.
What should be the government's biggest priority in the upcoming budget of 2023?
So this time around, we expect that Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will bring in some amount of cheer to
Hello, microphone check.
Top educational institutes of the country. And Fiesta is organized every year in the month of January to celebrate cultural heritage and academic excellence of the university. India celebrates its 74th Republic Day on 26 January 2023. This was the first Republic Day celebration hosted at the ceremonial boulevard after Rajpath was renamed to Kartavya Path last year. The national flag was unfurled on 74th Republic Day at Kartavya Path, followed by national anthem with a booming 21-gun salute. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was chief guest of the 74th Republic Day celebrations. Indian business leaders are convinced that Budget 2023-24 will support economic growth across sectors and industries, despite a possible global downturn and geopolitical unrest. They forecast that the Indian economy will grow by more than 6.5% during this time, a pre-budget survey by Deloitte India financial service provider firm states. More than 60% anticipate an increase in maximum tax exemption and deduction amounts. Changing personal taxation would benefit people according to 70% of respondents. Making tax compliance easier, according to more than 65% of respondents, would be the most beneficial direct tax-related improvement. Business leaders anticipate that the government will take steps to increase industry demand. Almost half of those polled believe that additional tax breaks could spur growth in their respective industries.
Today with us, we have Assistant Professor Neha Dubey. She has worked as a financial reporter for 3 years.
What should be the government's biggest priority in the upcoming budget of 2023?
So this time around, we are expecting that Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will bring in some amount of cheer to the middle class. Now, this is particularly related to taxation. So we are all aware that the 8 to 10 lakh tax slab currently draws tax around 20%. So we are looking that there could be some reduction to 15% or something. So that is the first thing. Number two, we will be keenly looking at the budget allocation for the education sector, as we are all aware that there is this new education policy that has come into force lately. And lastly, the main attention of any budget is the borrowings that the government will be raising from the market. So this time around, we are expecting an increase of 11%. So these are the 3 key things that we'll be looking on in this budget 2023.
ChatGPT, The new artificial intelligence technology created by OpenAI has many worrying about the future of education. Deep machine learning has reached a level of sophistication whereby platforms can produce human-like text instantly. The latest craze is around the mind-blowing capabilities of ChatGPT and GPT 3.5. With its new user-friendly interface, a chatbot launched on 2nd of December had attracted more than 1 million users within 5 days. There are a growing number of AI-enabled content writers, Jasper, Copy AI, and Writer to name a few. So, what sets ChatGPT apart? It is prolific, highly effective, and still learning. And it is free. Most of these platforms cost money students do not have. The new interface means everyone can use it. Putting AI-enabled content development into a chat format is new innovation that makes it interactive, accessible, and inviting. ChatGPT and GPT 3.5 can produce very good text in any structured language. Poems, essays, blog posts, marketing material, and all code languages.
Today with us, we have our Vice Chancellor of D.Y. Patil International University, Akurdi, Professor Prabhat Ranjan, a renowned scientist, educator, and futurist. So, as we can see that ChatGPT and artificial intelligence are being discussed a lot. So, what are your opinions on artificial intelligence? Will it revolutionize or threaten our education system?
Thank you. So artificial intelligence has been growing for quite some time, but now it's coming to a stage where common people can start using it without having knowledge of computers or other systems. And ChatGPT is an example of what is called generative AI. And generative AI is being used in multiple forms. ChatGPT is an example where I'm asking a text question and it's responding in text. But there are others where I can be putting up a question in text form, just respond in form of email or video or music. And this questioning is called prompting. That means I'm using a prompt to get the response to that. What we are going to see is that our work can be done more efficiently through this. So for example, one of these tools can do 90% of the work, or I may not have the capability to be a painter or a story writer, but I can use these tools to become those. What we are also going to see is that multimodal generative AI will come. That means I can ask the same system that you generate a YouTube video, it will do both to generate the storyline, we create the video or images and combine all of this together. So this multimodal generative AI is going to come. So I don't think there's a need to be threatened by this. In this university, since we have a trendsetter in all the new technological happenings that are going on, we are introducing this in our curriculum to make sure that our students, like yourself and others, use these tools, and when they go into workplace, they would be much more efficient in their working, and they could do the same task as they have been doing. Just to give an example, for example, this book that I've written a book chapter, this is a book on strategic challenges for India in 2030. It was published by HarperCollins end of September. I've written a chapter on emerging and disruptive technologies. I've talked about processing capability called neuromorphic computing. Maybe just like human brain works, computers will work in the same way. One of the statements I have said that neuromorphic computing has the capability to improve communication risk analysis. It could give us a distinct advantage to the countries which would benefit from the sophisticated intelligence of others and gain an upper hand in international diplomacy. Effectively, it will give us a large number of human brains without the cost of humans. So these things are increasing efficiency. I'm getting 10 human brains without having actual humans. So that's where we expect to see that AI is going to increase our efficiency. We did not be threatened by this. And this university is committed to make sure that the latest technology we use in the curriculum.
That is all in today's edition of Students' Time. Keep sending your feedback and suggestions via www.dypiu.ac.in. So, we'll take your leave now. See you again next week. Till then, stay safe and think scientifically.
and a very warm welcome to Students' Time, your weekly update on what is happening in the field of education, politics, economics, business, entertainment, science, technology, research and innovation. I'm Stuti Bhatt and today we are going to have a budget special episode decoding the Union Budget 2023 to 2024. But first, let's begin with the headlines. Pune Times Mirror collaborated with DYPIU School of Media and Journalism to cover the Union Budget. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman briefs about Saptarishis, the 7 priorities of the budget. Huge relief for the middle class. No income tax up to 7 lakh rupees. Union Budget 2023, a spectrum of odds and evens. Now, let's go to ground zero and have a look at what our reporter Arushi has for us.
Hello everyone, this is Arushi Mishra and I am reporting on the grounds of this very esteemed university, D.Y. Patil International University. February 1st is a crucial date every year as the nation eagerly waits for Finance Minister to announce the budget. Sensing this opportunity, faculty and students of School of Media and Journalism collaborated with Pune Times Mirror to cover Union Budget. The students focused and covered all the budgetary announcements on the day by physically sitting in the office of Pune Times Mirror. They were given an all-inclusive workspace and with the professional guidance of editor of Pune Times Mirror, Vinita Deshmukh, and the faculty of BHMC, students clearly understood the functioning of a media house.
I'm very good today from final year, third year student from DYPIU SMG School of Media and Journalism Department. And definitely it was a wonderful experience because this was the first time we were invited to Pune. We were covering such an important event like budget, and the staff was quite helpful. Even our faculties were just wonderful, helping each and every step that we were walking. And yeah, just to put it in a nutshell, it was fantastic, fabulous, and an awesome experience. I just wanted to thank DYPIU and Pune Mirror for such a wonderful opportunity.
Hello everyone, my name is Swecha and I am second year student from BHMC department. So here I got opportunity to write an article for the consumer durable and also not only that, also on the inclusive development of the union budget. So it was very good experience and also I felt that how the work pressure is handled. So thank you so much for this opportunity to D.Y. Patil International University and also Pune Times Mirror.
Before moving on to our next segment, let us see what resident editor of Pune Times Mirror had to say about the day.
And we're so delighted that we are in association with the D.Y. Patil International University of the media college that you have. And I just was very pleasantly surprised to see such dynamic faculty and very enthusiastic and energetic students of the college. And this is a beautiful relationship because they are getting a live experience of how budget should be covered. It is one of the beautiful examples of how industry and academic institution should come together, because even Pune Mirror is very proud that we have a whole lot of young journalists, even if they're student journalists, who would be part of our coverage. And I can foresee that our coverage is going to be better than any other newspaper in Pune tomorrow when you see it in tomorrow's edition.
Saptarishis are the 7 revered sages of ancient India who are seen as the guiding light for the human race. Similarly, we also have our Saptarishi 7 reporters of DYPIU who will guide you through the 7 key priorities of the Union Budget.
India being the country with demographic dividend and highest number of youths, the Amrit PD, that is, the youth power of the country, has been provided with great impetus in this year's Amrit Kal Budget 2023-24. It is highlighted as one of the Saptarishis. Hello everyone, this is Sakshi Kulkarni and today we shall have a brief look about the youth power. In India, the large youth population are the future creators, innovators, scientists, engineers, journalists and leaders. For practical and industry-oriented training, this year's budget not only focuses on the educational revamping but also learning, unlearning and relearning of skills and technology. For the same, missions like Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0, Skill India digital platform, National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, and others are launched. This is Sakshi Kulkarni reporting from DY Patil International University for Students' Time.
Hello everyone, this is Pratiksha Palak and today I shall tell you about inclusive development, one of the 7 priorities based on the core agenda of Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas, which vastly covers the development and empowerment of farmers, women, youth, OBCs, scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. Adding more to the list, the Vyanjan, economically weaker section and overall priority for the unprivileged, has also been taken care. Not only that, but there has also been a sustained focus on Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh and the Northeast under the scheme of inclusive development. This is Pratiksha Palak reporting from DYPIU for Students' Time.
Hello everyone, this is Muskan and I am going to brief you about one of the Saptrishi reaching the last mile. So to provide a sharper focus to the objective of the same, in the next 3 years, the center has also planned to recruit 38,800 teachers and support staff for the 740 Eklavya model residential schools serving 3.5 lakh tribal students. Well, not only that, but the government has also given an amount of 15,000 crore to implement the particularly vulnerable tribal groups under the Pradhan Mantri PVTG development mission in the next 3 years under the development action plan for the scheduled tribes. Thank you. This is Muskan reporting from DY Patil International University for Student Time.
Hello everyone, I am Smriti Prasad and we are going to have a sneak peek into infrastructure and investment. Being one of the priorities, it has a capital investment outlay of 10 lakh crore, which is 3.3% of GDP. This is almost 3 times the outlay. It was in 2019 and 2020. Adding more to that, 100 critical transport infrastructure projects for last and first mile connectivity for ports, coal, steel, fertilizer and food grain sector have also been identified. They will be taken up on priority with investment of 75,000 crore, including 15,000 crore from private source. This is Smriti Prasad reporting from DY Patil International University for Students' Time.
Hello everyone, this is Ananya and we will be looking at one of the Saptarishis, Unleashing the Potential, which aims towards boosting the economic potential of the country. Under Mission Karm Yogi Center, states and union territories will make and implement capacity building plans for civil servants. The government has also launched an integrated online training platform, IGOT Karm Yogi, which will help lakhs of government employees to upgrade their skills. Nevertheless, for efficient administration of justice, Phase 3 of the eCourts project will also be launched with an outlay of 7,000 crores under this. Also, Vivad Se Vishwas, which provides for the voluntary settlement of contractual disputes between the government and government undertakings with uniform terms, will prove to be a huge relief for MSMEs. This is Ananya reporting from DY Patil International University for Students' Time.
With India moving towards a green economy, under the Saptarishi's top 7 priorities of budget 2023-24, the green growth was allocated Rs 19,700 crores for the recently launched National Green Hydrogen Mission (NGHM) by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Hello everyone, I am Sejal and I am going to take you through the green growth. Keeping the green economy in mind, Sitharaman also announced that Rs 35,000 crore will be provided for priority capital investments towards energy transition and net zero objectives. The energy security by the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Not only this, but over the next 3 years, the center will facilitate 1 crore farmers to adopt natural farming. For this, 10,000 bio-input resource centers will be set up, creating a national level distributed micro-fertilizers and pesticide manufacturing network. This is Sejal reporting from DY Patil International University for Students' Time.
Last but not the least, on the list of priorities, the financial sector was the one which came with a lot of surprise for the public. Hello everyone, this is Diksha Shinde and today I shall brief you about the financial sector. Innovative use of technology in finance has resulted in various positive outcomes, such as widespread financial inclusion, better and faster service delivery, easier access to credit and participation in financial markets. Along with new innovations, the government also focused on the
Senior Citizen Savings Scheme, it was declared that the limit of the Senior Citizen Savings Scheme would be raised from 15 lakhs to 30 lakhs. Tax exemptions have been extended to pension holders over the age of 75. Senior citizens who receive income from interest and pensions are excluded from filing income tax returns. Thank you. This is Diksha Shinde reporting from D.Y. Patil International University for Student Times.
Budget is not only for the business person, but it plays an important role for the general public as well. So, let us have a detailed view on how exactly the budget influenced the common man, as this year's budget was believed to be very ambivalent. In the Union Budget 2023 to 2024, Finance Minister announced the new tax regime, wherein the exemption limit has been hiked to rupees 3 lakh from rupees 2.5 lakhs. No tax for income up to 7 lakh rupees, usually for the middle class. New income tax regime becomes default by individuals can continue with the old one. A bittersweet development as mobile phones and TVs get cheaper, while gold, platinum and cigarettes will get expensive. Along with these reforms, sectors like real estate were ignored and no reliefs were announced for the same. The allocation for agriculture was reduced by almost 7% compared to the last year. Finance Minister announced Senior Citizen Savings Scheme, wherein tax benefits and high interest rates will be provided to people of and above the age of 60. She also announced that Mahila Samman Savings Certificate, which is a small savings scheme available for a 2-year period for women or girls at an interest rate of 7.5%. Key features of budget 2023 to 2024. Moving on to the last segment of our episode, let us have an overview of the budget and see which sectors were allotted the most and which were at the least. Highest ever budget of 1.12 lakh crore rupees was allocated to education sector. Talking about the defense sector, the Ministry of Defense was allotted 5.94 lakh crore rupees, which is 13.18% of the total budget, making it the highest allocation of the year. On the other hand, the Ministry of the Road Transport and Highways were allocated with a wholesome budget of rupees 2.7 lakh crore. Nevertheless, keeping up the pace, even the Railway Ministry got its highest ever allocation of 2.40 lakh crore rupees. However, agriculture saw a downfall of 7% compared to 2022, and a sum of 1.15 lakh crore rupees was allotted to this sector. 1.96 rupees lakh crore, 6% higher than last year, was allocated to the Home Affairs. On the other hand, the Ministry of Rural Development was allocated with a budget of 1.57 lakh crore rupees. And last but not the least, the Ministry of Communications was allocated 1.23 lakh crore rupees. The Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution sector was given a budget of 2.05 lakh rupees crore for the year 2023 to 2024. That is all in for today's edition. Keep sending your feedback and suggestions to us at studentstime@dypiu.ac.in. So, we'll take your leave now. See you again next week. Till then, stay safe and think scientifically.
Hello and welcome to the fresh new episode of Students Time, your weekly update on what's happening in the field of education, politics, economics, business, entertainment, science, technology, research and innovation. From the highlights of the national level design hackathon to Chinese spy balloon that was shot down by US fighter jets, we have a lot in store for you in this episode of Students Time. This is Ved Gulgule, and without further ado or delay, let's have a look at the headlines. Students' National Level Design Hackathon was organized on 4th February at D.Y. Patil International University, Akurdi, Pune, in collaboration with Winjet Technologies and NASSCOM. After a powerful earthquake in Turkey and Syria, survivors are still being pulled from the rubble by the rescue crews. A suspected Chinese spy balloon was shot down by US fighter jet overseas. And we are also going to have a look at the top winners of the 65th annual Grammy Award held in Los Angeles. And now the news in detail. Let us start with the Students' National Level Design Hackathon.
Do you find it difficult to understand different government schemes, the eligibility criteria and requirements? Well, we might have some possible solution for this. Students' National Level Design Hackathon was organized at D.Y. Patil International University, Akurdi, Pune on 4th of February 2023. It was a collaboration of DYPIU with Winjet Technologies and NASSCOM. There were 300 plus entries across multiple locations and 100 were shortlisted out of them. The selected students were divided in groups and given a real-life problem statement, which was to design a platform that allows businesses and citizens to understand and navigate the eligibility requirements for different government schemes and services. The objective of this design hackathon was to learn and grow as a designer. It aimed at bridging the gap between education in universities and the actual functioning of the industry. The winners were awarded a whopping amount of rupees 40,000, while the runner-ups were awarded rupees 10,000. With hackathons like this, students get exposure, opportunities, and can work together and form excellent solutions to real-life problems. This is Amit Prashant from D.Y. Patil International University for Students' Time.
Frustration over rescue efforts in Turkey and Syria is growing after one of the deadliest earthquakes of the century. Let us look at this report.
Turkey and Syria shook by a massive earthquake. The death toll from this massive earthquake is above 11,000 people as per recent updates. Rescuers raced to save survivors trapped under debris. Many of the survivors also feared there could be deaths due to cold and hunger. Rescue workers are still struggling to reach some of the worst hit areas. A newborn girl has been saved by rescuers from beneath the rubble of a building in northwest Syria that was destroyed by the earthquake on Monday. Prime Minister's Office of India has announced to send NDRF teams, medical supplies, advanced drilling machines, etc. for Turkey. The Turkish ambassador has acknowledged that India is amongst the first countries to respond positively when asked for medical assistance. The World Health Organization is also deploying expert teams and flights with medical supplies to Turkey and Syria after the devastating earthquake. Turkey is one of the world's most active earthquake zones at the very moment. This is Shishandu Sanyal reporting from D.Y. Patil International University for Students' Time.
Surveillance balloons have caught global attention over recent controversies. Here's a report in detail.
A suspected Chinese spy balloon was shot down by the US fighter jet overseas. The US claims the balloon was on an intelligence gathering mission traveling over a number of sensitive military sites, including missile silos. China claims the balloon was for meteorological observation and had simply blown off course. Currently, teams from the US Navy and FBI are working to recover the wreckage, which came down in water only 15 meters deep but spread across an area spanning 11 kilometers. The United States has ruled out returning to China the debris of the surveillance balloon. According to the recent reports, the US will be collecting the debris and examining for Chinese technology that is installed in the balloon. Surveillance balloons are typically advanced balloons equipped with high-tech downward point. These balloons are preferred for spying as they take clearer images with less distance as compared to the satellites. Surveillance balloons have a long history in espionage and continue to provide some spying advantages. Similar balloons reportedly flew over the US at least 3 times under Donald Trump's presidency and once earlier during Joe Biden's, according to the US reports. This is Sakshi Kulkarni reporting from D.Y. Patil International University for Students' Time.
One of the most prestigious awards in the field of music, the 65th Grammy Awards, have presented this week. Let's have a look at this report.
65th Annual Grammy Award was a music award ceremony where record breakers, emerging artists, and history makers were celebrated. This award function was held in Los Angeles on February 5th, where Beyoncé officially became the artist with most Grammys. She made a new record, a total of 32 Grammys, which is the biggest number won by any artist in the history of this prestigious music award show. Grammy heads at breaking stereotypes, as Kim Petras makes history by becoming the first openly transgender woman to win Grammy for the best pop performance, along with the collaborator Sam Smith. The artist extends their thanks to Madonna for fighting for the LGBTQ rights before dedicating award to her mother. Something exciting and proud for Indians, as Ricky Kedge, a resident of Bangalore, makes the country proud on winning his third Grammy for the album Divine Tide. Congratulations poured on social media by notable figures. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Biocon Chief Karan Mazumdar Shaw showered appreciation through tweets. Here's the awards bagged for the major 4 categories: Album of the Year by Harry Styles, Record of the Year, Lizzo, Song of the Year by Bonnie Wright, and Best New Artist, Samara Joy. Grammy Awards 2023 concluded on a positive note and good music. This is Aditi Singh from D.Y. Patil International University reporting for Students' Time.
And before we conclude, we have got one more news for you. The Monetary Policy Committee, that is MPC of the Reserve Bank of India, on Wednesday hiked the key policy rate, the repo rate, or the rate at which the RBI lends funds to banks, by 25 basis points to 6.50% in a bid to rein in retail inflation. With this time, the committee sees retail inflation at 5.3% in the fiscal year 2024. That's all for today's episode of Students' Time. Do tell us how do you like our program. You can also send us your feedback and suggestions on your email. Our email ID is studentstime, that is studentstime@dypiu.ac.in. You can also write to us at www.dypiu.ac.in. We will be back with fresh news stories again next week. Till then, stay tuned and think scientifically.
Good morning, respected parents and students. This is to inform you that we will be starting our program at sharp 11 a.m. So for now, you can enjoy our videos which are made by our BAJMC student for Students' Time. Thank you.
driven by innovation and fueled by the pursuit of knowledge. There are visionaries who pave the path to a brighter future, and there are individuals who shine a light and bring smiles to the faces of millions. Today, we bring you an extraordinary journey of a man who embodies excellence and has transformed the landscape of education and research. A man whose life has become a beacon of hope and joy for people all around the world. This is the story of a remarkable individual, a nuclear fusion scientist, a futurist, an educator, an innovator, an entrepreneur, and a science communicator whose magnetic personality has touched the hearts of millions. Meet Professor Prabhat Ranjan, the visionary founder, Vice Chancellor of D.Y. Patil International University, Akurdi, Pune, a man with an incredible ability to bring smiles to the faces of everyone he meets. Professor Ranjan, a luminary in the field of science and technology, has dedicated his life to solving problems of the society and the nation. Before his remarkable journey as the founder Vice Chancellor of DYPIU, Professor Ranjan served as the Executive Director of India's technology think tank, TIFAC. At TIFAC, Professor Ranjan spearheaded numerous initiatives that laid the foundation for transformative technological advancements in the country. One of them is the Technology Vision 2035 document, which was released by Honorable Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi in January 2016. The foreword of this document, articulating a vision for Indian citizens in 2035, was penned by the Honorable Prime Minister of India.
During 2013 to 2018, I was heading India's technology think tank TIFAC in Delhi. One of the important documents we prepared for the country was Technology Vision 2035. This document had a foreword from the Prime Minister, and he also launched this in January 2016. To achieve this vision for the country, we prepared roadmaps in 12 different sectors. I had put education sector roadmap right on the top of this. Education sector roadmap was released in Pune on November 10th and 11th, 2017. Right after this, in December, we had a meeting at UGC building in Delhi with the New Education Policy Committee headed by Dr. Kasturi Rangan. Dr. Anil Kakodkar, chairman of TIFAC, was also present at this occasion. Our document became a very important part of new education policy of the government of India. To realize this vision for the country, because I felt that education is the key to success of the country. And due to this, I wanted to come back to university as a vice chancellor, and preferably a new university, so that I could make changes that I desired. And I joined D.Y. Patil International University on April 25th, 2018.
Professor Ranjan did his schooling at Netrahat Residential School in Gurukul style, where he developed a thought process of dedicating life for the cause of society and nation. He had obtained his PhD from University of California, Berkeley, and did college education from IIT Kharagpur and University of Delhi. Professor Ranjan has worked on nuclear fusion in national and international laboratories in India and USA, and made major contributions to this field for nearly 2 decades. He had served as professor at Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of ICT in Gandhinagar for 11 years. His remarkable innovative contributions include India's Chandrayaan-2 moon mission program, wildlife and agriculture sector. He is particularly known for his innovation in the field of assistive technology that has helped to put smiles on the faces of persons with severe disability. His relentless pursuit of excellence and unwavering commitment to innovation in the field of brain-computer interface has earned him the respect and admiration of his peers. He has been nominated by Bureau of Indian Standards to represent India in the brain-computer interface standardization process. He is also chairing the National Steering Committee of AICT Idea Lab scheme to spread the digital fabrication movement across the country. He has received many awards and accolades for his contribution to science, technology, and society. Professor Prabhat Ranjan's indomitable spirit and unwavering commitment to excellence continue to inspire generations. His vision, combined with the dedication of the students and faculty, propels D.Y. Patil International University, Akurdi, Pune towards new frontiers of knowledge and innovation. Whether it's through his acts of kindness, his contagious laughter, or his unwavering positivity, Professor Ranjan made it his life's mission to spread happiness. From the smallest gestures to grand acts of compassion, he has dedicated himself to making the world a brighter place. In a world driven by innovation and fueled by the pursuit of knowledge, there are visionaries who pave the path to a brighter future, and there are individuals who shine a light and bring smiles to the faces of millions. Today, we bring you an extraordinary journey of a man who embodies excellence and has transformed the landscape of education and research. A man whose life has become a beacon of hope and joy for people all around the world. This is the story of a remarkable individual, a nuclear fusion scientist, a futurist, an educator, an innovator, an entrepreneur, and a science communicator whose magnetic personality has touched the hearts of millions. Meet Professor Prabhat Ranjan, the visionary founder, Vice Chancellor of D.Y. Patil International University, Akurdi, Pune, a man with an incredible ability to bring smiles to the faces of everyone he meets.
A warm good morning to everyone present here. We'll be starting in another 5 minutes. Thank you so much for your patience. request Mr. Rakshak Saxena sir, Vice Chancellor Professor Prabhat Ranjan sir, Honorable Trustee Sri Tejas sir, esteemed faculty and dear students. A very warm welcome to the induction program of Dr. D.Y. Patil International University, Akurdi, Pune. Today, we gather here with immense joy and enthusiasm to welcome the upcoming batches of 2023 for BTech CSC, MCA and BCA programs. Every journey begins with a single step, and the possibilities that lie ahead are as vast as the horizon. I'm Isha Sayed, third year student from the BTech CSC branch, and I'll be your host for the day.
It's a glad welcome we bring to you this morning, filled with hopes, desires, and dreams we all share. I'm Devdas, and I'm delighted to be your host for today's event. Before we proceed with the welcoming ceremony of our new students, we have the honor of having some esteemed dignitaries among us. Their presence adds significance to this event. I request our distinguished chief guest, Mr. Rakshak Saxena, Vice Chancellor Sir, Honorable Trustee Sir, to come forward and join us on the stage for the lamp lighting ceremony, symbolizing the light of knowledge and wisdom that illuminates our lives. We would request Mrs. Yashaswini to chant the Saraswati Vandana.
शारदे करुणानिधे सकलानवाम्ब सदा जना चारणादिमगीतवैभव पूरितकिरतीक्तते शारदे करुणानिधे सकलानवाम्ब सदा जना भर्मभूषण भूषिते वररत्न मौळि विराजिते शर्मदायिनि कर्ममोचनि निर्मलं कुरु मानसं शारदे करुणानिधे हस्तसंधृतपुस्तकाक्षपटी सुधागत मुद्रिके हस्तसंधृतपुस्तकाक्षपटी सुधागत मुद्रिके शर्मदायिनि कर्ममोचनि निर्मलं कुरु मानसं शारदे करुणानिधे सकलानवाम्ब सदा जना चारणादिमगीतकिलधीक्त ते शारदे करुणानिधे
I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the dignitaries for their esteemed presence. Your guidance and support are invaluable to the growth and development of our university and its students.
We would now like to extend our gratitude and welcome our chief guest, Mr. Akshat Saxena, sir, for the induction program. I request Mr. Tejas Patil, sir, to kindly facilitate Mr. Akshat Saxena, sir. Thank you, sir. I now request Honorable VC sir to kindly felicitate Tejas sir.
Thank you, sir, once again for being a part of the induction program today.
Part of today's gathering. Yes, I'm talking about you, dear students, the warm welcome of our new students. To all the fresh faces in the audience, you are the reason we are here today. And we couldn't be more thrilled to have you as a part of the D.Y. Patil International University family. Your journey here is just beginning, and we want you to know that this university is more than just a place of learning. It is a community that fosters growth, diversity, and innovation. Embrace every opportunity that will come along your way. Explore new avenues of knowledge. Participate in all of the extracurricular activities and challenge yourself to grow beyond your comfort zones. The road ahead may have its challenges, but it is these challenges that will shape you into leaders and change makers of tomorrow.
So, as you immerse yourself in the rich tapestry of learning and experiences at D.Y. Patil International University, we encourage you to be open-minded, compassionate, and eager to learn from one another. Together, we will create an excellence. Once again, a heartfelt welcome to all the new students of the BTech CSE, MCA, and BCA batches of 2023. Let us all embark on this transformative journey together and make D.Y. Patil International University a place where dreams become reality.
Without further delay, it is my privilege to introduce Professor Madhvi Deshpande, Dean of Academics at D.Y. Patil International University.
In the field of talent management has made her a respected figure in the academic community. Her passion for nurturing and development talent has paved the way of countless individuals to achieve their potential and make significant contribution to the society.
Such an august introduction. I am trying to believe it myself. Esteemed dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, my dear parents and students, and here let me tell you that apart from this auditorium, We have 8 different places where our students and parents are also seating, so welcome to all of them. Colleagues, good morning and welcome to the induction program. Today marks the beginning of an exciting journey for each one of you as you embark on the path filled with endless possibilities and opportunities in the world of technology. In this rapidly evolving digital era, the field of computer science plays a pivotal role in shaping our present and future. It is a realm where the innovation knows no bound and the power of imagination merges seamlessly with the capabilities of modern technology. As you step into this ever-changing landscape, we want to assure you that we are committed to providing you with the best possible education, resources, and support to help you to thrive as computer science students. During your time with us, you will be introduced to a plethora of cutting-edge concepts and technologies, from artificial intelligence and machine learning to cybersecurity to software engineering and much, much more. Embrace these the exhilarating feeling of unraveling complex problems and crafting elegant solutions. My dear students, today's world calls on not the technical expertise, but more empathy, using your empathy to understand problems, and understanding problems, giving creative solutions to make life better, to make life experience better. Remember, computer science is not merely about coding and algorithms. It's all about critical thinking, creativity, and teamwork too. Embrace a mindset that seeks to collaborate and learn from your peers, for together you will achieve more than you ever thought possible. To new ideas and approaches, and don't be afraid to step up out of your comfort zones. The world of computer science is one that rewards curiosity and the thirst of knowledge, because there are no limits. Skills that will serve you well in your future careers. Always remember that pursuit of knowledge is a lifelong thing. In fact, a couple of days ago, I came across a wonderful quote. It is about, learning to live life. So here you are today, actually looking forward to learn, but you have to go a step further and learn to live too, because technology has taken every corner of your life. You've got to go beyond that. And your time in this institution is just beginning. The skills you acquire here will empower you to make positive impact on the society, whether you choose to work in the tech industry, research, or any other field where computational thinking is needed. I encourage each one of you to embrace this exciting phase of your lives with enthusiasm and dedication. Together, we will shape the future of computer science, and the possibilities are limitless. And with the virtue of few more years spent on this earth than you, I bless you with a fearless pursuit of discovering and rediscovering, firstly, yourselves and then your domain. Because this journey is more about you than anything and anyone else. May you tread on the path of honesty, initiative, empathy, along with a skilled excellence in delivering your due to yourself, to your country, to society, to your parents, to your gurus, and the world at large. May you be successful always. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind and inspiring words.
Moving forward, let me introduce Mr. Tejas S. Patil, sir, a young and dynamic educationist and leader at the forefront of Dr. D.Y. Patil. To revolutionize education, he has introduced new courses, advanced learning avenues, faculty training, and cutting-edge technology, driving academic excellence and creating a secure and nurturing environment for faculty, staff, and students alike.
Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Tejas S. Patil as he takes the stage for the opening address. Let's hear from a visionary leader who is making a remarkable impact in the field of education.
A very good morning to everyone present here. Our distinguished guest, Shri Akshat Saxena sir, our Vice Chancellor Prabhat Ranjan sir, and everyone on the dais and off the dais, and all the new enthusiastic students of D.Y. Patil International University. D.Y. Patil Group has always been committed to foster an environment of excellence innovation, and we are proud to welcome a fresh batch of students in this academic year. To tell you something about the D.Y. Patil Group, D.Y. Patil Group has made its mark in different laterals in these industries. Laterals like sports, hospitality, advanced agriculture, healthcare and power generation and education as well. But it has definitely become a beacon of excellence in the education domain with a legacy spanning over several decades with over 200 institutions, more than 12,000 employees working at our institutions, and a staggering 1 lakh plus students who are currently pursuing their education in all of our campuses. We are proud to say that we contribute significantly in shaping the students for their future development. The D.Y. Patil Group's presence spans in multiple cities. Each of these campuses offer a vibrant education opportunities. So to talk about in the year 2001 under the D.Y. Patil Pratishthan Trust, spanning over 32 acres. In 2018, D.Y. Patil International University was formed with a vision to establish a research-led university that would champion the digital future and adapt to rapidly evolving technology, and with a forward-thinking approach and a commitment to excel. So, to tell you about the curriculum, we have crafted a curriculum that offers unique features like the innovative multi-track system, design thinking with Fab Lab, experiential learning that extends to the home, project-based learning, and more. I urge you all to embrace this journey with an open heart and inquisitive mind. In this conclusion, I am excited to welcome you all to the Akurdi campus and look forward to help you all achieve your fullest potential. Thank you.
Your words were definitely insightful and enriching for all of us, sir. Thank you once again with honoring us with your presence. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome an exceptional visionary and leader, Professor Prabhat Ranjan, the Vice Chancellor of D.Y. Patil International University. With his impressive background as a nuclear fusion scientist, futurist, educator and innovator, Professor Prabhat Ranjan brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise to our institution. Thank you so much.
I'm waiting for the presentation to be connected, but in the meantime, I can start. So, I have the honor of welcoming the chief guest, Mr. Akshat Saxena. It's a special honor because he was my student. And so for a teacher, the most important moments are when your student achieves the success that the teachers teach them for. So, special thanks to him. I'll talk about him more as we go along. I also like to thank our trustee Patil for joining us today. All my colleagues on the dais, the students and the parents. Let me start by introducing my own background. So my education has been a very diverse way. I have never had 2 degrees in the same state or same country or same system. I started from a one-room hut municipal school from class 1. Till class 5, I did not have chairs or benches to sit on. At the age of 10, I went to a school called Netarhat School near Ranchi, which was based on Gurukul style. I used to live in ashram. I used to clean dishes, clean toilets, clean floor. That was my everyday routine. From there, I went to IIT Kharagpur, to Delhi University, to University of California, Berkeley, to do my PhD in 1981. That was 42 years ago. 86, I finished my PhD and came back to India. While doing my PhD, I became the first scientist, first PhD from this country to do research in nuclear fusion. I'll come back to this point later on. I came back, my research was done at Lawrence Berkeley Lab. Some of you might have seen the movie Oppenheimer. His story is connected to Berkeley. He was in my physics department. I came back in 86, right after my PhD, joined Science Institute of Nuclear Physics, and later on to Institute of Plasma Research. These 2 places, nuclear fusion research was going on. In 2002, I moved to Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of ICT, which was set up by the Reliance Group. That's where Akshat Saxena was a student of the first batch. He had joined in 2001. I was there for 11 years as professor, and from there I moved to Delhi in 2013 to head India's technology think tank, TIFAC. I was there for 5 years. My tenure got over on 24th April 2018, and same evening I took a flight to Pune, and 25th April we were here to start this university with the press conference. So I've been here for almost day 1. I have worked in different areas in addition to nuclear fusion. I worked in sensor network, planetary exploration, Chandrayaan especially, wildlife tracking, disability sector, brain-computer interface, and so on. If you notice, I don't know if you're able to notice the background of my slide. It shows something like this, which actually I had designed for Chandrayaan 2. I made a special background because Chandrayaan 3 is on the way to reach moon. We had the launch ceremony here. We were all sitting together watching. We did that for Chandrayaan 2 also, except Chandrayaan 2, which was landing, toward the end, there was a little failure. Chandrayaan 3 has moved ahead from Earth to translunar orbit to moon on August 5. Now we are waiting August 23, around 5:30 p.m. it is expected to land. My design which did not go, some parts of this are going now. This chair, I just met ISRO chairman, ex-chairman. I had designed a complete system which was going to, after landing on the moon, all the experiments were to be done by this particular system that I had designed. Due to certain reason, we could not take it up. I'll not go into that. But some parts of this were with Chandrayaan 2, but then system failed. Chandrayaan 3, again, some things are going there. We will see. Hopefully this time is going to be successful. So we will have the lander landing, rover coming out of that, on the experiment rover, some experiments, but these are my design that in 2010. Similarly, brain-computer phase, I work, you see these are my research experts working with me. This was a session that we hosted at Mumbai for Indian Federation of Neurorehabilitation. We talked about, one workshop was half-day workshop on assistive technology to help people with disability, and second half was on brain-computer phase. I've served in Government of India at national level in more than 40-50 committees at national level, AICT, Niti Aayog, education-related, various task forces, technology innovation-related. Right now, also, I'm chairman of Brain-Computer Phase Standardization Committee of Bureau of Indian Standards. I represent India. And in fact, if you look at the committee members, I'm chairing this committee, representation of all top institutions of the country, including IITs, CDAC, NIMANS, IISc, and so on. But who is leading is the D.Y. Patil International University. I've been part of international committees of various kinds. While in Delhi, we prepared a vision document for the country, Technology Vision 2035. The same organization had prepared another document called Technology Vision 2020 that was released in 1996 by then Prime Minister. That time, Dr. Kalam used to be chairman of TIFAC. My predecessor, Dr. Y.S. Rajan, was the head of the organization. During my tenure, I was heading the organization, and Dr. Anil Kakotkar was chairman of the governing board. We prepared this document, Technology Vision 2035, which was the forward was by Prime Minister. He launched it on January 3, 2016. And he asked all the ministries and government departments to follow this document. A lot of changes that are happening in the country are happening because of this document. Although people are not aware, you can read my blogs about what happened behind the scene and what is the impact it has. To achieve this vision for the country, we changed many things. One of them was to focus on developing quality of life of Indians. So Technology Vision 2020 document talked about developed India. When I met Dr. Kalam in 2013, he told me still we have 7 years to achieve that vision, make sure that we can achieve. He had so much trust in that organization. I was not president or prime minister of the country, but he felt that organization should be able to make sure that we move towards that. But we changed the paradigm. We talked about developing quality of life of Indian citizens. We had 12 prerogatives. I'm not going to those. We have 1.5 pages of each of these. We provided technology table to achieve that vision. And then we had roadmaps in different sectors to achieve this vision for the country. Education was on the top, right on the top. So if you see here, number one was education, because I felt education has the deep root into India's success. And that's why I wanted to come back to the education sector. So luckily, this document on education sector was launched in Pune itself. At that time, I was not in Pune. But Dr. Anil Kakotkar's 75th birthday, we celebrated in Pune on 10th and 11th November 2017 with the release of the document. Right after that, we had a meeting in the New Education Policy Committee that was set up by government in Delhi in December. And our document, we had a half-day session, our document became an important part of New Education Policy. In addition to that, we also had multiple meetings in Delhi to discuss New Education Policy. So I was aware of all of these things. I was part of these systems. D.Y. Patil International became operational on March 14, 2018. And as I mentioned, I joined right after a few weeks there. While the New Education Policy document was released on July 29, 2020, I was aware of all of these. In fact, just I was in Delhi after 3 years of NEP 2020 was celebrated. Delhi, I was there. Prime Minister had come to inaugurate that. It was a 2-day session on July 29th and 30th. But if I describe New Education Policy in 3 words, it will be flexibility, flexibility, and flexibility. What I noticed as head of India's technology think tank was that technology changing at a much faster pace than you expect. Technology diffusion is also happening at a very fast pace, and technology obsolescence is extremely high. So the challenge was how to make our education system respond to this. Education system was very slow to respond. When I came into this university, and we had an induction program on August 13th, 2018, the first batch of students that we welcomed here. We had the Education Minister of Maharashtra present here. I had shown these slides. I am repeating the same slides. I said the future is digital. I said digital health revolution is taking place. Digital manufacturing is happening. Digital factories are being set up. Future of business is digital. Digital supply chain transformation is happening. Digital finance is happening. Our chief guest Akshat Saxena is part of this. Culture is digital. Fashion is digital. And all of human being is becoming digitally immortal. If you look at this, there are 4 categories here: Avatar A, B, C, and D. Avatar D talks about a holographic like avatar of a person, which was expected to happen in 2040 to 2045. We are working on this right now. In 2-3 months' time, we'll expect to have something there. And maybe 3 years' time, we'll have something realistic. So 20 years ahead of time, we will make this possible in this university. So welcome to Digital Future at DYP. 2 things are part of our DNA. One is digital, other is the future. In terms of brief history, it was already been talked about.
We became operational on March 14, 2018, which we celebrated our Foundation Day. 6 undergraduate programs started in 2018 with about 500 students. We started to transform the university into a research-led futuristic university. As I mentioned, we are focused on digital future. We try to bring the best global practices into our system. Just like I talked about new education policy, flexibility in the curriculum we brought in to keep pace with fast-changing technology scenario. We brought in experiential learning. Everybody talks about it, but I'll show you how we have made it possible that you can extend this experiential learning into homes. Dr. Madhvi talked about, or Tejas ji talked about, empathy and societal response is a very, very important part of our system. Sustainable development goals, research-led teaching, and my dream was research outlay should be comparable to what goes on to teaching. Suppose I'm spending 20 crores on teaching related activity, we should have similar amounts of money being spent on research. So when we had first convocation in 2022, I had made this announcement that we expect that over few decades of time, we will be able to achieve that dream. I may not be there, many of us may not be there, but then we expect the university will become that. But very surprisingly, it's likely to happen within this year itself, where our research and technology commercialization outlay may become equivalent to or more than what is being spent on education. I'll come to this point later on. We have spent 5 years. We started with the university. We attempted to chart new paths. It was like child walking in unknown territory. I'm happy to tell you that 5 years we have grown. We have faced the challenges of COVID and everything. We have grown stronger, and we are on a stable path. I personally see that now university is going to go up, and all of you are part of this, and this is going to be very important that you participate in this in with full heart and empathy. That is important part. Currently, the way things stand today, the university is divided into a school system. We have School of Computer Science, Engineering and Application. All of you are part of that. BTech Computer Science Engineering, BC and MCA curriculum is there. Programs are there. We have School of Biosciences. Other students are going to be coming on 10th, day after tomorrow, because it was difficult to handle a lot of crowd. Even this is only about 520 capacity. We have about 600, 700 more people sitting in our university building in different classrooms. The School of Biosciences and Bioengineering with BTech Bioengineering and MSc Medical Biotechnology. The School of Commerce Management with BBA and MBA program. The School of Design with Bachelor's of Design. The School of Media and Journalism with BA Journalism and Mass Communication. The School of Engineering, BTech Electrical Engineering and MTech Electrical Vehicles. And I also I'm going to come back to this point. The School of Applied Arts and Crafts, Bachelor of Fine Arts that we have started. So I'll come back to this point. To provide PhD degrees, we have created a separate school called the School of Interdisciplinary Studies and Research. All PhD programming are this. There is no disciplinary barrier. This is something we wanted to break. So there is no disciplinary barrier. You can work across disciplines. And this year, we have been encouraging more students to join after 4 years. Suppose you've done BTech, you can join after. We had been having the system earlier also. Now we are trying to promote that more. Even UGC has promoted this now. We also have a School of Skills Development, and we are promoting new age skills in this. When in 2019, we were thinking about starting an engineering program. We had 1 year's time to plan that out. We discussed internally, and then finally, some of the experience I had at Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of ICT, where our chief guest Chancellor Saxena was a student, we took some of the elements from there. We learned good lessons, bad lessons, and many experiences that I've had. We had discussions across within the campus. We planned out a program, and I wanted to outsource it, or rather crowdsource it. So I wrote a blog. I shared it on LinkedIn. This is the blog. It's still there on my blog site, ranjan.in, if somebody wants to see. And I talked about this program. And I was surprised to see that on LinkedIn there are more than 50,000 views, hundreds of comments from all over the world, Silicon Valley, Bangalore, London, Hyderabad, Pune, Noida, and so on. I was surprised with the kind of enthusiasm that it generated. And based on that, we launched the program. The feedback we took, we modified. 2019, we started this program. Now, what we have done is that we divided the BTech Computer Science Engineering program into 2 parts. 4-year program divided into 2 parts. First 2 years are foundational courses, and last 2 years is a track system. The track system is the innovation that we have done, and then we transform all our programs into using the same track system. I'll explain that in more detail In the first 2 years that are common course, I'm talking about BTech Computer Science Engineering, but there are similar programs in all others. BTech Computer Science Engineering, our flagship program with 480 students this year. We have brought in computational thinking and Python in the first semester, design thinking and fabrication lab in the second semester, technology, commerce and entrepreneurship in the third semester, and many other things. One important part is internship after every year. First year is focused on rural internship, societal internship, and small industries. Because we wanted students to understand at the ground level what is the problem. Most of the students are not aware of what's happening at the ground level. We want them to go into rural areas, develop the empathy, understand the ground level problems. And Akshat will remember his own time in rural internship when he had to go in the summer of 2002. There was a lot of complaints from students at that time. They didn't want to go into rural areas. But we felt that was very important. And after 5-6 years, after students graduating, when they came back, they said that was the best learning they've ever had. So sometimes you think that passing an exam is important, but no. Life experience is much more important than the passing of exams. We also brought in sustainable development goals, climate change, environmental science. For example, this is a demonstration by a student of what they did in rural internship. Now, the track system that we defined, this third and fourth year of this, you have to make a choice of a track. Track is a specialization track. We define 10 tracks. For example, if you see AIML, some other university you go or college you go, you'll have one subject related to AIML. Once you choose AIML here, you will have 8 to 9 subjects related to that track. You don't have to make this choice at the time of admission, you have to do it after 2 years. The second year, you start to go into fourth semester, you start to give these options as to which track you want. So by the time you've learned a little bit, we don't force you to take this decision at the time of admission, because that time you don't know. In the other places when you go, they'll tell you that you'll make this choice or that choice. So after 2 years make this choice, I have 10 different tracks. I wanted to point out one particular one. You see there's a Fintech here. The Fintech on the second column, the topmost second one. Fintech including blockchain technology. Why I wanted to invite Akshat Saxena here? Because he set up a company called ePay Later, which is focused on Fintech. Now we wanted to bring, Fintech is a specialization where technology and management comes together. He is a successful example of that. I wanted him to give message to young students of computer science. There are things beyond AIML and data science. So actually, you see there is a Fintech here which will have technology part, and you get an MBA also, 5 years, you get 2 degrees. One is BTech Computer Science Engineering with Fintech specialization and MBA Fintech as well. You get both management side and the finance part. Similarly, you have bioinformatics and so on. There's another area, cloud and systems administration, which is the back-end part. It's not cloud computing. Cloud and systems are back-end part. Every organization depends on this, but hardly any students prepare for this. This is another area where companies lap you up, but most of the students don't know this. In Fintech, don't. Now we have seen in the university some interest growing, but I wanted Akshat to actually give this message to all of you, how he's been part of this. How to create experiential learning and take it to home. We replaced all electronics instruments, oscilloscope, functional, multimeter, logical analyzer, digital input, output, everything we replaced completely by one single box here that I call the lab in bag. It's like a smartphone. You connect to USB port of the computer. Every electronics equipment that you have in lab is available with you on your computer. Cost about 20 to 25,000 rupees. Either you can buy yourself or borrow it from us. We use this only. We don't use oscilloscopes. That means this is there in your bag. You could be doing hardware work, embedded system work, anywhere that you desire, just like software work. We're transforming this whole thing. In fact, you'll be surprised to know that this device that we purchased from National Instruments, called NI MyDAC, they also started to use this term lab in bag when we started to use this term. So this is a transformative thing where in COVID it helped a lot of students could borrow this work in home. We also started a 5-year integrated program like I talked about MBA Fintech, similarly other programs we started. Now the challenge was that how do regulatory bodies respond to this? As a university with the freedom to create our own curriculum. I've been part of AICT committees to plan out their future, and currently also I'm chairman of a couple of committees. I shared with them what we had done. They liked it so much, they actually sent an appreciation letter, and I'm going to read this out. It's there on the website. but this is very innovative program. It's going to help the students very much, and so on. And then they formed a committee in July 2019. This meeting that took place in AICT was on February 21st, 2019. July they formed a committee of which I was a member, and what deliberations that happened in the committee and so on led to change across the country. So what you see on the left side is the courses we started. Right side they copied as much as they could. They told me they wanted to copy completely our program, but they didn't have as much flexibility as we had given. So they copied a lot of this into their system. So we have become the trend setter for the country. It's not IIT, NIT or any other institution. This is DY Patil International University has become the trend setter for the whole country. And we have followed through this, and it's not in one way, multiple ways. Every day we get some news, or just also share some news that I have received just 1 week back. On the same pattern, we started BTech Management program, MBA Digital Business program, MSc Medical Biotechnology, MCA program with 2 tracks. This was in 2021. 2022, we started working on program for working professionals as large companies like Tata Motors started to come to us to transform their employees. People talk about industry, academia, collaboration. We are transforming industry, not industry transforming us. Their employees are coming as students here. Right number 220 students of Tata Motors enrolled in the degree programs. Volkswagen, Rolls-Royce, all of them started to get. So we started to work on this. We started 2 programs, BTech Electrical Engineering with 2 tracks, electric vehicles and robotics automation, and MTech Electric Vehicles. It took a lot of time for this whole process to happen. Finally, we started in June 15 this year, actually. Now, it has led to such a change that we will be signing agreement with Anand Automotive on August 10th, day after tomorrow, right after induction program is getting over. Sigma Electric is wanting to join. Tata Motor, other groups are joining. This Sunday we had another examination entrance test. Tata Technology Group is discussing. General Electric Aerospace Division discussing. Mahindra discussing going on. Titan is coming in touch. Suddenly this is growing so much that it may become larger than our degree program. So we are now starting a BTech Mechanical Engineering with smart manufacturing for Anand Automotive and Tata Motors and Sigma Electric this year, probably by September sometime. In this process, we are also trying to modernize core engineering curriculum in which demands are less. Now, as I said that this also was copied by ICT, and just 1 week back they announced that they have designed a system to help working professionals. They told me, because I had been discussing with them, that they're working on it. Finally, they announced, they told me in Delhi last week, and now it's been announced in the media also, that working professionals get degree. So same pattern that we have done, they have done from AIST also. In fact, this was discussion we had on our Foundation Day of boosting of core engineering with SHM participating in this. We are going to be merging on the engineering college that we have. If you go to our building, downstairs there are 3 floors that belongs to the new engineering college, or we call it, it's called DY Patil Institute of Engineering Management Research. It's getting merged next year. The civil, chemical, mechanical, in addition to computer science and AIDS and so on. We're going to merge that next year. So our challenge is how to transform India's system in the core engineering branches of civil, mechanical, chemical, electrical. And that we started doing with the industry coming forward to us. So MOU, we have large number of MOUs happening. Tata Motors have been mentioning about this. We signed a lot of MOUs last year with number of academic institutions. This again on 27 September, we will be signing number of agreements with multiple institutions. Also, universities from abroad are coming. None of this we have approached anyway. They have been all coming to us. This is a university based out of UK. This is a university based out of US. Similarly, industry people have been coming forward. This is an industry which has come forward to actually help, they want our scientists to work on their problems and do research work for which they provide funding. We have had agreements with, this is with National Skill Development Corporation. I just signed this agreement 2-3 weeks back. With ServiceNow, we just had agreement recently. So this is all changing completely. In addition to that, the number of collaborations are discussed with different countries. For example, DY Patil groups, as our trustee Tejas is mentioned, mostly confined to Maharashtra. But now there are universities being set up outside country. Like I visited Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan 3 times last year. They're going to start university with our help in Kazakhstan next year. We have been discussing this. There are other universities coming in touch with from different countries. There will be a group of universities coming from US in October here. Oman Minister of Education, Technology, Innovation, Research and Innovation. She had come here just a few weeks back, and she wants us to sign an agreement with their national university in October. Probably this might happen. In terms of visitors, we have a number of visitors coming up here. For example, Professor Pavel Kabat, good friend of mine, a Nobel Prize winner. He came here to give Dr. D.Y. Patil memorial lecture, the first inaugural lecture he gave. None of them, I'm calling to be frank, they all, when they learned that they're coming to Pune, they contact me that they want to come to university. Ambassador P.S. Raghavan, he also told me the same thing. Ambassador Manoj Bharti, all of them come here because they feel there's something going on here which they want to be part of this. So the infrastructure, we started constructing our building in 2019 and COVID happened. It took us 2 years to complete 1,20,000 square feet of floor space. Each floor is about 60,000 square feet. Now we have added 2 more floors. So the first batch will be using so third floor we are using, 5th floor you will be using. But as happens in India, when marriage happens, the mandap preparation goes on. So we are almost in the final stage. Cleaning is going on. So yesterday also there, night also I was there, morning also we were there. It's almost getting ready. By the time you walk into the classes, it will be ready. So we'll have 2,40,000 square feet of space. We're going to construct 5 more floors on top of that. With the merger of engineering college, we'll have 12 floors in that building, which will have 7,20,000 square feet of space. It's like 720 family of 1,000 square feet flats in one single building. If you look at our classrooms, labs, everything is completely air conditioned. The audio video systems are extremely modern. People copy from here. And we have done many innovations. So innovation is Kankan mein innovation. I don't know how to say it in English, but every step that you take, there's innovation in this university. We have a girls' hostel right now, which is across the road, 300 seaters. It's being demolished now. The process is on. It will take us 2 years to construct 31-storied building with 1,500 boys and girls being accounted there. Temporarily, we have made arrangement in few girls' hostel nearby. There's one girls' hostel, Stanja, with Stanja being tied up, which is we are walking distance. Those who have not found accommodation, come in touch with our team. They'll help you. It's within walking distance. 70 seats are available. Many have been booked. I think yesterday they started on board also. The construction that we'll do for the new hostel will take about 2 years. We'll also connect the 2 sites. It is across the road. We'll connect the 2 sites with sky bridge with escalator, so it will become part of the campus itself. In terms of growth, we started 500 students. Right now, we're about close to 4,000 students, and we'll be growing to about 6,000 students in 2 years. Eventually, we'll have about 15,000 students at which we will saturate. We have provided individual cables and so on. I'll go into those details, but this Chintan Plaza, you'll see the Chintan rooms, informal meeting. So we want the students to be able to think without having formal furniture, bean bags, puffies, and so on. The students love this. Infrastructure, we have multiple things, including special server rooms with high-performance GPUs for artificial intelligence and so on. More than 550 computers. We're adding probably 200 more computers now, so 700, 800 computers will be there. There are multiple labs. In addition to computer lab, for example, this is an example of a computer lab. There are multiple labs like this. There are bioengineering labs. We have 3 right now that are operational. 3 has been constructed, is being equipped now. We're going to add 9 more. 15 bioengineering labs will be there. The latest equipment is augmented virtual device. Mr. Amit Omji, who is sitting in the control room, controlling all this, he was teaching students about AR/VR devices. I'm training people into HoloLens, Microsoft HoloLens 2. We have multiple types of teaching aids for our faculty members to borrow whatever they want, whether it's document camera, tabs, and so on. Similarly, we have multiple cameras, different kind. Intelligent cameras, like the one you on the rightmost side, is a camera that tracks faculty members as they move in the classroom. The gray camera is also another one which gets a 360 view, is voice activated, it captures whether the faculty is teaching or the student is asking questions. Very useful for hybrid classrooms and so on. We have drone
There's a future of boundless possibilities here at D.Y. Patil International University.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful words. So now let us get to know the D.Y. Patil International University officials and academic heads through this slideshow. As someone rightly said, education is not solely about earning a degree, but about enhancing the depth and breadth of your knowledge And the people who help us enhance and widen our horizon, none other than our DY Patil International University officials, academic heads, and administrative heads. Let us get to know them well. That was genuinely a wonderful introduction to our DY Patil International University family. Mr. Akshat Saxena is the co-founder of ePay Later, a successful and award for Tech for Good. He aims to transform lives through disruptive technology. Digital credit card and the digital shop for simplifying operations for Kirana shops. His achievements include being named Achiever of the Year 2017 by Business World, ranking as the world #1 in Python by HackerRank in 2020, and launching a tech blog called cyperyogi.com. Before ePay Later, Sir gained experience in data-driven business with companies like Oracle, IBM, SAP, and TransUnion while living and working in India, Germany, and Abu Dhabi.
Sir has led successful rounds of investments from reputed names such as Responsibility, Pravaka Ventures, Blue Ashwa, ICICI Bank, and Marai Investments into the company. He is an active member of industrial associations like FI. By Business World in 2017. His academic DI Gurgaon and BTech in Computer Science from DA IICT Gandhinagar.
In his personal time, he likes to read history and philosophy. His opinions on subjects ranging from technology, financial markets, entrepreneurship, etc. have been featured by over 100 media publications, both domestic and international. He is visiting faculty to IIM Sambalpur and is regularly invited by other leading institutions for leadership talks. His passion includes Vedic maths, writing short stories, and staying fit.
It is with great honor and privilege that we welcome Mr. Akshat Saxena, sir, the esteemed co-founder of ePay Later. His journey into the world of finance and technology has been nothing short of remarkable, spearheading innovative initiatives that have transformed India's SME credit space.
With a diverse background, working with data-driven business across the globe, from India to Germany and Abu Dhabi, Honorable Saxena sir brings a wealth of experience and knowledge to inspire and enlighten us all today.
Without further ado, let us welcome Mr. Akshat Saxena sir to the stage. Please join me in giving him a round of applause.
And I welcome all the students and wish them very best for a very, very promising and bright future. So I've been given this a very difficult opportunity, responsibility to talk about the world of fintech and the world of entrepreneurship. I mean, I am truly amazed at the level of readiness and the passion that students of your age actually bring on table these days. So in fact, to be honest, it's like I'm being selfish. When I try and associate myself with universities, so it makes me feel a little younger. I just try to kind of associate myself with young and bright minds when I am at a campus like this. And one of the students that I have known who has remained kind of 80 forever is Professor Prabhat Ranjan. I know him for over 2 decades now, and every time I meet him, I see that childlike excitement, that that zeal to learn, and it's so contagious. I always go back and tell my family and friends that I've met somebody who has kind of left so much of impact on me, and he continues to. He is a person who probably has a lot of role to play in whatever little success that I have been able to achieve. So while lot has been spoken already, but just to tell you a few more things about what I do. So yeah, I co-founded ePay Later. This is India's largest company in B2B credit space. We extend, we basically digitally enable small kirana shops, small chemist shops with a credit line. So just to share a few quick numbers, right? So we are a $3 trillion plus economy now. 1/3 of India's GDP is consumer retail, and guess what? 2/3 of that is food and groceries. It has to be. I mean, we are a very large country, a lot of people. So food and groceries has to be large. And believe it or not, more than 80% of that is represented by the small, humble kirana shop. A quick question: who is the biggest lender in India? Right, it's a favorite question at all the campuses that I visit. When I ask this question, a lot of hands go up on SBI. A lot of hands go up on HDFC, ICICI. But you know what? The answer is none of them. The biggest lender in India is a kirana shop, small kirana shop, and there are about 1.2 crore, 12 million kirana shops in India, and put together they lend more than all the banks put together multiplied by 2. That's how large they are. Yeah? So the mission that we carried at ePayLater was to kind of tap into this traditional wisdom that they have, right? I mean, lending is a difficult business. It requires a lot of intelligence. It requires ability to, assess and predict risk. And, we have always had that in our society. These humble kirana shops have always established that, we always had that understanding of how to lend. So at ePayLater, we have been trying to empower them. I would like to underscore the word empower, and would like to kind of also remind ourselves of a legend. When Lord Ram he had to cross sea, right? I mean, he prayed to sea God that please give me way. I have to go to Lanka, and I have to do a few things there. And the sea God did not really cooperate, and for a few days, Lord Ram, he waited, he prayed, and then he got upset and he said, you know what, I am Lord Ram. I mean, I can boil the ocean, right? I can boil the ocean, right? Then came sea God and he said that please don't boil the ocean. You have two very special team members, Nal and Neel. All you have to do is to empower them. I repeat, empower them, right? In our country, we have a lot of Nal and Neels, right? What we have to do is to not think of boiling the ocean. What we have to do is to think of empowering our Nal and Neels. That's what we try to do at ePayLater. We have tried to empower our Nal and Neels, our small retailers, our small distributors. That's what we have done. Outside ePayLater, I do whatever time I get. I try and kind of be a Professor Prabhat Ranjan. So I I try and teach myself technology. I was ranked as world number 1 by this website called HackerRank. I set up this blog Cypher Yogi, and on Cypher Yogi I was trying to create a digital daddy for my daughter. It was a 5-year project I picked up for myself. I started putting up code over the internet for anybody to pick it up and reuse. I'm far away from what I wanted to achieve, but yeah, hopefully someday. I'm also a social entrepreneur. I try and help other startups. I'm helping a company which is trying to basically kind of replace plastic on the planet with something which is eco-friendly. I've also been associated with this company which was trying to solve this problem of air pollution in Delhi. I'm guessing all of us know that pollution is a massive problem, especially in northern part of the country, especially around that October-November period. So there was very interesting innovation we came up with, wherein we put a air purifier on top of a vehicle, and as the vehicle would move, it would basically use the kinetic energy of moving vehicle to clean the air it would come in contact with. Yeah, so this one won us a patent and some recognition, and hopefully will go mainstream very soon. That's about me. Now, I'm very happy that and I always knew that under the leadership of Professor Prabhat Ranjan and the other distinguished members of the institute leadership here, the institution will go great guns, right? In fact, it was something which did not require really a lot of thinking. I mean, I always knew that whatever he touches, he has Midas touch. And I'm so happy to see that there is Fintech featuring on the slides there. So I'll try and do the tough job now. But before I do that, I'll just take a step back and tell you a little bit about how Fintech has shaped up, over last few, not decades, but few centuries. Fintech as a term, while the space has been there for a while, which we'll just talk about, the term has a very interesting origin. It was a term which basically was coined by Citibank in 1993, they came up with this project where they said, you know, come, let's all collaborate, all the other financial institutions, and let's create a platform wherein we can all collaborate, and then let's call that Fintech technology platform. And this was a too long a word for a lot of people. So they said, you know, let's call it Fintech. Now, while the project probably did not last very long, but the term did. Yeah, so that's what Fintech is. Fintech globally has been a segment which has been attracting a lot of investments. Now that's one yardstick of success. And as you can see the charts on the right, I mean, it shows how the investment in the space has been like, right? now I go a little back in time. So how, you know, when did Fintech originate, right? So Fintech, very loosely speaking, has seen three waves. So we are currently in what we call as Fintech wave 3.0 or 3.5. Fintech 1.0 was like 150 years back. This was a time when, you know, somebody in UK was trying to send a message to somebody in US. So that's considered the moment when Fintech journey or the planet actually started, and they could successfully send a message. So Fintech 1.0 was more about laying down infrastructure, laying down cables on which, you know, one can send out messages. Fintech 2.0 was more about analog to digital. So this is where a lot of shift happened. Technology evolved in a massive way. The milestone moments were achieved. The stock markets were created. Mobile became you know, a device of choice for a lot of consumers and all. Then something happened in 2008. We all know what. So financial meltdown happened, and an average customer's trust in a traditional financial institution was not particularly high. And this is where a lot of technology companies actually stepped up. They kind of felt that there's a vacuum, and, you know, why can't the technology companies start delivering financial services, is what a lot of those companies told themselves. But this is where there was a difference. So while the technology companies offering financial services is what the thought process was in the developed world, in the developing world, and more specifically India and China, thought process was very different. So what we told ourselves was that, you know, let's empower our Nal and Neels, right? Let's lay down common infrastructure on top of which, you know, anybody can come and innovate. So we started laying, you know, railroads, and I mean, it's now called as India Stack, right? So basically a collection of common services on top of which you can build financial services and more. And we have seen a lot of innovation happening on top of what the government decided to do at that point of time, and the current and the subsequent governments continue to build over. And this is what I want to tell all the students and their parents: Asia is where action is. Like Professor Ranjan said, more specifically, it's India where action is. But in general, you know, if you compare all the continents, Asia is where the action is. Look at whichever through whichever parameter. Especially in fintech, you know, there's a report which KPMG publishes, which talks about the top 100 companies in the space, and the large increasing share of that list is being occupied by companies that belong to Asia, and more specifically China and India. We are at a very interesting stage in our journey in fintech in India. You know, a lot of fintech customers. In fact, India has the largest fintech adoption in the world. Probably we don't realize it as much, but I'm sure if I ask this question, how many of you have used UPI or through a Paytm or a PhonePe, probably all the hands would go up. Right? So we have one of the highest adoption of fintech in the world. The adoption currently stands at roughly 90%, while the global average is something around 60%. So we are a global leader in fintech already, and we are only getting better. 2 out of 5 digital transactions globally right now as we speak happen in India. When I started the journey of people in 2014, there was no eKYC, there was no UPI, right? There was a lot of no other EXYZ, but today they are, right? So the pace of innovation is only gaining momentum. There are other benefits also that India has, and these are the opportunities that lie in front of you, all dear students, right? In India, we have now one of the highest penetration of internet and mobile phone. We of course are one of the largest in terms of you know, data consumption across the globe. We also have favorable demography. We don't have to re-educate our customers. Unlike the Western world, which has to basically migrate a customer from a credit card to, let's say, a UPI. Here, we don't have that problem, right? And Professor Ranjan and I were just having a chat this morning, and he was saying that, you know what, Google Pay is not very ubiquitous, even outside a Google office in the US. And here you are in India, you go anywhere, you will find a Google Pay, right? Because the problem is that you don't have to kind of re-educate a customer, which is a big problem, right? I mean, customers do develop a way to kind of use a particular technology. And of course, the India stack, right? Now you have host of opportunities when you talk about fintech. Fintech is an umbrella, right, under which you have multiple sub-verticals. You have payments, you have lending, you have wealth tech, you have personal finance management, business finance management, insurtech, regtech, and a lot of this. Now, if you so a lot of bullet points which were there on Professor Ranjan's slide. Data science, AI ML was the first one, data science was the next one, and all of those technologies, domains have very interesting applications within fintech across all these verticals, sub-verticals. I will just like to talk about how large and the opportunity is through some numbers. I mean, I have just picked up this MSME space and a few numbers there. So we have about 64 million MSMEs in India, and they employ more than 110 million individuals, contribute to roughly 30% of India's GDP. Now, these are interesting numbers, large numbers, but what is equally, if not more interesting, is what is the profile of India's MSMEs? There is small business. I mean, globally, if you look at it, a lot of countries who have progressed, become developed world, their MSME sector has really become a magnet of entrepreneurship. Right? A lot of people kind of became employment creators of sorts than employment seekers. Now, in India also, we have always had a lot of people who have been employed in MSME sectors. And the profile of those MSMEs is very interesting. Most of the MSMEs in India are individual owned, individual run. So we have very, very small businesses. All the shops that we see around us, they are all individuals who are running, a business. Now, and this is where, future entrepreneurs in you can probably make a massive impact. Is there something we can do to empower them? Is there some technology that we can provide to them so that they can run their business more efficiently, so that we can tap into the or the intelligence that they already have, and likewise, and somehow kind of enable and empower them to become part of the mainstream and create a multiplier effect in the overall economy of the country. A lot of stuff is happening in the finance space within MSMEs. I would not bore you with details here, but in a lot of finance. Now you have to again look at financing slightly differently, right? Credit or payment is never a product in itself, right? I'll just clarify that. So when you purchase a house, the product is not home loan. The product that you are buying is a home. When you buy a car, the product is not car loan, it's a car, right? So finance has a very, very tight coupling with commerce, right? And commerce globally, again, is where a lot of technology investment is happening, right? I mean, you have digitalization of commerce happening in a massive way. Commerce is becoming omni-channel, commerce is becoming more digital, and at all of those places, you have opportunity to create a fintech solution, right? So don't look at fintech in isolation is what I would like to highlight here. Massive, 800, right? So that's what my point was. The opportunity for fintech is the opportunity of commerce, right? So in India, we're talking about $800 billion to $1 trillion worth of commerce. That's as much the opportunity for fintech that you have in India alone. And we're not even talking about the international trade and some of those things, which of course makes it much, much larger. Government is also supporting, right? So you have tailwinds of growth coming in through those government initiatives as well. We talk about Make in India, Startup India, India Stack. All of them are helping the pace of innovation in this space. I've mentioned this word already a few times, India Stack, so I just wanted to put up a slide here and tell you what India Stack is. So these are all services on top of which you can build products. So as whether you are an e-pay letter or a Paytm or you have PhonePe, believe me, a lot of the underlying infrastructure on top of which you have built the customer service are the ones that you have readily inherited from the government, right? And this India Stack is only getting richer, right? So tomorrow if you want to build a service, it's gonna be that much easier for you. I spoke about the fact that when we started, we did not have eKYC and a few other things, but now they are, right? So for somebody to build an e-wallet equivalent today, it is a lot faster, easier and cheaper. Last but not the least, here is a little crystal ball view. Again, to tell you that please don't look at fintech in isolation. It's very, very, very vast and encompassing. Fintech globally is becoming more embedded, right? I spoke about the fact that fintech is very tightly coupled with commerce, so has to be embedded, right? Gone are the days when, as a customer, you would like to go to a bank, take a loan, then go to a vendor and buy a product. No, you don't want that, right? If you are making a purchase on, let's say, your favorite e-commerce portal, Flipkart or Amazon, on the payment page itself, you would want to see an option wherein you can, get finance and get the product at the same place instantly. There's a lot of data play here, right? We spoke about data science. This fintech is where a lot of those data science applications reside. How do you assess credit risk? How do you, find other opportunities to cross-sell, upsell? There are like infinite number of opportunities or applications for data science within fintech. Fintech is also where you can develop vertical expertise. The world loves experts, right? I mean, if I have, let's say, my ear is aching, I go to an expert. I go to a ENT, right? I mean, I probably know this, right? So the world is becoming, more centered around specializations, and fintech industry also is. So there are a lot of opportunity here for you and also build expertise around certain verticals. We have Bajaj Finance. They have origins in Pune itself, right? They look at their journey, right? They made a fantastic and a massive company out of, by creating vertical expertise. They are the ones who kind of redefined how India buys a mobile phone or a television or any other electronic equipment, right? So they have built that vertical expertise. Of course, they've expanded in a big way. So within fintech, you would also have the opportunity to build vertical expertise. Probably that vertical is something which is of your interest. And the value for fintech, the value that fintech would deliver to the world will be beyond financial services, right? So while it's finance, delivered through technology, but the value that it will deliver will go beyond finance. Fintech companies tomorrow would be, or in fact they already are, would be in a position that they can go and tell a manufacturer which market they should be focusing on, right? What should be the pricing, right? What they would also be able to help them optimize the supply chains and likewise. So the scope is infinite here. So with this, I would like to thank you all again for the opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you, Honorable Saxena sir, for gracing us with your presence and inspiring words. Your journey and achievements are truly awe-inspiring, and we are deeply grateful for sharing your insights with us today. Your contributions to the world of finance and technology exemplify the possibilities that lie ahead for all of us.
Now, it is with immense pleasure that we welcome Honorable Dr. Biren Moideen Sir, Registrar at DY Patil International University, to the stage. With his grace and wisdom, he will now deliver the vote of thanks. Please join me in giving him a warm round of applause.
dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, my dear colleagues, proud parents, and my dear students. It is very formal one. I cannot give a very lengthy speech. It's my formal vote of thanks. Let me begin with the personalities who are behind the scenes. Let me thank the founder, Dr. D.Y. Patil sir, our Chancellor, Dr. Sanjay Patil sir, our Chairman, Satej Patil sir, for their guidance, motivation, and in their absence. Today's chief guest, co-founder of EPA later, Sri Akshat Saxena, was very happy to be a chief guest for today's function. He is a motivation for all young generation and the better and future citizens of the India. He is taking risk. We have to take risk to come up in life. So that's what the message we want to give you. So unless and until you come out from the comfort zone, we cannot achieve anything. So on behalf of entire management and all behalf of us, I thank you, sir, for your gracious presence. Our trustee, young and dynamic and down-to-earth leader, Sri Tejas Patil sir is with us. His presence makes a lot of difference. Thank you, sir, for your presence. Our beloved leader and founder vice chancellor of this university, Professor Prabhat Ranjan sir, is a source of inspiration for all of us. Really thank on behalf of all. Thank you, sir. Proud parents who trusted us and they admitted their proud wards here. We have more and more responsibilities and we are vigilant to see that they will come out in the flying colors. Thank you for the parents for the trust with us. And our new family members of DYPIU, I welcome all the newly joined students for our group, and definitely we will work together like one quote from Ma Upanishad, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Let us work for all of good deeds in the future. Let us work together. And my dear colleagues, respected deans, respected directors, all head of the departments, my dear teaching fraternity, not in staff, technical staff, all the staff behind this scene. They work hard to get this day very vibrant. I thank you all. And our campus director and his entire team has supported a lot for seeing this event to be successful. I thank for all of them on behalf of our dear Patil International University. At the end, I thank each and everyone who has contributed directly or indirectly for the success of this event. Jai Hind. Thank you and all. Thank you, sir, for your kind words.
I would now like to call D.Y. Patil International University officials and academic heads to please come on the stage for a group photo.
Dr. Bahubali Shiragpur, Director, School of Computer Science and Applications. Dr. Kumud Das, HOD, School of Journalism and Mass Communication. Dr. Vijay Shah, Director, School of Design. Dr. Swapnil Bhurat, Director, School of Engineering. Dr. Surbhi Sonam, HOD, School of Business, Bioscience and Bioengineering. Dr. Maheshwari Biradar, HOD, School of Computer Application. Dr. Bipin Nargide, Librarian. Dr. Jaiprakash Kalwale, School of Fine Arts. Dr. Ila Pathak, Director of Student Affairs. Dr. Madhura Jagtap, Council of Examination. Dr. Veera Talukdar, IQAC. Miss Kavita, Finance Officer. Dashrath Dere, Purchase Officer. Please give a big round of applause for all the officials present in the stage. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Request everyone to please stand up for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। आगे गाए तब जय गाता, जन गण